Cliff City family, what is up? It is Bobby here on the north side of Chicago at Whole Foods doing some shopping for the week, and I wanted to flip on the iPhone and do a video all about the best breakfast items to buy at the grocery store. Breakfast recipes and breakfast hauls are always very popular on my channel. So let's walk around. Let's show you the best cereals, the best orange juice, the best milk, bagels, English muffins, all your favorite breakfast items. I want to show you what to buy, what to avoid, and why. Before we get rocking and rolling, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, share. The only way this channel keeps growing is by you spreading that love. Also, there's a bell icon below the video. Enable all notifications because we have like 6 videos going live every week, including the live stream cooking demos, and you do not want to miss out. All right, let's go check out some breakfast items. There's a few reasons why I don't drink orange juice. One of the main reasons is that it's usually from concentrate. Now, I'm here at Whole Foods, and one of the benefits of being here is that pretty much everything they have here is not from concentrate, not from concentrate. So you have that going for you, but usually cheaper orange juices are made from concentrate. And I have a few issues with that because a concentrate is something like fresh orange juice, boiled down, reduced, and evaporated. So all the water is out of it, and all you left is a concentrate or a powder at that form. But it's highly processed and highly refined. Sometimes they could add flavorings or sugar or coloring to that. And more importantly, it's heavily processed and heavily pasteurized. When you take something fresh like orange juice and do all that processing and pasteurizing to it, you're getting rid of all the good nutritional benefits, and you're really reducing down the sugars, and then they add water back to it. So at that point, to me, it's just sugar water. But if you're gonna get something like, say, this might be a little better because this is flash pasteurized. But I want you to keep in mind, even though there's not cane sugar or added sugar, an 8-ounce cup of this still has 22 grams of sugar. That's just shy, my friends, of 6 teaspoons of sugar. Now, my other issue is that all orange juices are pasteurized. No matter what it is here, it's all going to be pasteurized. Sometimes if it's cold pressed, it's high pressure pasteurized. But what happens during pasteurization? You kill the living nutrients in orange juice. So when you do that, a lot of the health benefits, in my opinion, are gone, and you just have left fructose water or fructose juice. I'd rather you go for this in my cart right here. Go for freshly squeezed orange juice. Do this at home, buy this at the market, but the benefit of freshly squeezed is that it's not pasteurized. There's still living nutrients in here, but it still has high amounts of sugar in the form of fructose. I don't really want all that sugar in my body, so actually if I bought this, I would probably cut half of it with water and drink that. But I think this, the freshly squeezed stuff, is way better than anything in the store, either from concentrate or pasteurized, because it's raw, living nutrients, and this is what you want if you're gonna eat orange juice. The more I dive into the world of cereals, the more scared I get because so many of these cereals are highly processed and highly refined with added sugars, added oils. And keep in mind, any grain like wheat that is not organic is going to score high in glyphosates, the active ingredient in Roundup. So if you're eating anything that has whole grain wheat flour, it really should be organic. But even then, it's still a minefield because if you go to something like Cheerios, right? It's not something that I would eat, but even though it's made with whole grain oats, it's not organic, which scores high in glyphosate. But look at the amount of sugars after that. Sugar, honey, brown sugar. I mean, this is just not very nutrient dense. With 12 grams of added sugar, that's 3 teaspoons of sugar per cup. The problem with most cereals also like this is that you take a grain like an oat or a flour or something that's a whole grain and you extrude it. You heavily process so it can extrude and make this cereal. At that point, you're really breaking down the grains to such a processed ingredient. It's not really that good for you. Then I look at something like this. Right, you're going to be like, okay, these are organic. Bobby said go to get organic, but look at the grains used here. So it's whole grain oats, and it's organic. That's very important because once again, they spray the oats just like they spray the wheat with Roundup, but they can't do that to organic. And then look at this afterwards, cornmeal, not nutritious, high in the glycemic index, cane sugar, white rice flour, more sugar in the form of tapioca, sunflower oil, even though it's expeller pressed, you really don't want to see sunflower oil, natural flavors. When you see stuff like corn, rice flour, those are simple carbohydrates that have no nutrition. They just spike your blood sugar even more. So let's try to find something a little decent. This is a really cool company now who makes sprouted oats that I have recommended before, and now they have the sprouted brown rice. The cool thing about sprouted rice and sprouted grains in general is that your body actually derives more nutrition from them, and they're easier on your tummy to digest. Look what kind of sugar they're using. This is interesting. They're using coconut sugar, which is a paleo natural sweetener. The only ingredient I don't love is the sunflower oil. If they use coconut oil or avocado oil, that'd be better. But let's see what's going on here. So there's 10 grams of added sugar. It's a tad high, but it is paleo sweetener. This is not bad. I would actually recommend this if it weren't the sunflower oil. And hopefully the rice is from California, because rice from other countries could be high in arsenic. I hear myself saying this, and it's like, oh my God, it is a minefield of shopping in the cereal aisle here, so you really got to be careful. I consistently go back to this brand right here, and then when I'm done with that, I'll tell you why. Skip the cereals, get a good quality granola, and add milk to that. This one right here is made by the same guys who make the sprouted grain bread. Everything's organic, everything's sprouted. I wish they didn't put the soybeans in there, but they're organic and sprouted. This is so nutrient dense. That's 1 gram of natural sugar. There's absolutely no added sugar here. Now your kids aren't probably gonna love this because it tastes a little healthy. Maybe splash in some monk fruit sweetener, add a little bit of yogurt on top or some fresh fruit, but this is the kind of cereal you wanna eat, not the ones made with extruded grains and added sugars and oils. It's really, really bad news. This is actually good news. Now, what I would do is actually say, hey, if you want a good breakfast cereal, get a Bobby approved granola and add a Bobby approved milk to that. So anything by Purely Elizabeth, which makes organic, grain-free and grain granola, is fantastic, because instead of using those nasty oils, she always uses something like virgin coconut oil, organic and gluten-free oats, coconut sugar. I actually eat the grain-free, they don't have it right now, but the paleo granola. Just make sure you get a granola that doesn't have canola oil or added cane sugar. I have a whole video about granola, so when this is done, check that out. Add some Bobby approved milk to that. That's what you want. But be very careful about these cereals, man. They're just sugar bombs, processed grain bombs. You don't want that in your body. I can never find a good quality Bobby approved bagel. I know a lot of you guys want to know about that, but I think I might have just found one. So we talk about sprouted grains being the best. These guys make a pretty decent sprouted grain bread. Alvarado Street Bakery. Look at this, sprouted cinnamon raisin bread. Let's check out the ingredients here. Well, don't buy this one. This one seems to be open, but so this is what we're talking about. Sprouted organic whole wheat berries. You're always gonna have a little bit of regular wheat flour in a bagel to make it elastic and stretchy. Wow. Okay, here we go. We found it. This is a Bobby approved bagel here. Very, very nice ingredients. So try to look for that one. The thing is, I can't find a good one because most are made with enriched wheat flour that's not organic, meaning it scores high in glyphosate. Once again, Dave's Killer Bread, he does make an organic bagel here, but it's not ideal because we look at the ingredients here. So it is organic, so it's not going to score high on the glyphosate. And it does have a bunch of whole grains in there like quinoa and millet. It does have cane sugar, has the canola oil once again, but it has 5 grams of added sugar per bagel, you guys. So it's not ideal, but you can do a lot worse. I'd say if you're gluten-free, by far the best bagel is going to be by Canyon Bakehouse. They make one of the best gluten-free breads. I would get this one. Once again, it's not as clean as the bread is because the bagel has to be more stretchy and elastic, so they're using a little more potato starch in here. At least there's extra virgin olive oil. So you do have a few options. Just stay away from the traditional bagels that offer no nutrition and are made with bleached and enriched flour. And you might see something like this against all grain bagels. And this one, even though it has no grains, the main ingredient is tapioca starch. So that's a very simple carbohydrate that's very high on the glycemic index. There's no gluten-free grains in here, and it's made with canola oil. So this is not something I'd want either. I'd stick with the ones I just mentioned, but it's tough to find, man. It's not easy. The same company who makes the cereal and the bread, Ezekiel, has sprouted grain organic English muffins. Compare these ingredients to anyone else's. These are next level ingredients. Look at that. Everything's organic and sprouted. The only issue, it's gonna taste a little healthy-ish, So if you have picky eaters or kids at home, I would get that Dave's one in my cart. It's gonna be more pillowy and be more similar to the English muffins we all know and love. But even the cinnamon raisin one would be Bobby approved because there's no way they're adding sugar here. No, they're just getting the raisins there, and it's gonna have a little bit of natural sugar from those raisins. So this is a great option. Let's just stay away from the typical ones that are made with enriched wheat flour that offers zero nutrition. Those are bad news. When it comes to milk for cereal or just for drinking, I really think you wanna go 100% grass-fed all the time. And luckily, grass-fed milk is available at a lot of grocery stores now. Grass-fed's where it's at, but when you have a choice between reduced fat or whole milk, always get whole milk. I'll tell you why in a second. So this is one of the best in class Bobby approves. Organic Valley has it too. It looks like they're out right now. But if you can't get grass-fed, at least get organic. For the main reason being that cows have a strict grain feed if they're not grass-fed, and that grain is going to be GMO corn and soy, and I don't think you want any dairy or animal product in your body that comes from grain-fed, GMO-fed cows or any kind of animal. So at least get organic. This is really cool. This is organic and ultra-filtered. And it's kind of the same principle of Greek-style yogurt. When you ultra-filter it, you actually reduce the natural sugars in there by 50%. The natural sugar lives in the lactose. And when you strain milk or strain yogurt, it reduces it by 50%. You also increase the protein. So this is a really cool option for those people who are on a lower carb, lower sugar diet. Good for keto, good for diabetics. I wish they made this in grass-fed. But my question to you is, whole milk is great. Why would you ever want to go 2%, 1%, or no fat milk? Because when you're talking about quality dairy that's either from grass-fed cows or from organic cows, there's really healthy properties that live in the fat, like omega-3 fatty acids, conjugated linoleic acids. When you strip out the fat, you're depriving your body of that. You want full fat. It's actually better for you and better for your body. So go for that, but go for grass-fed. I mean, look, come on. Willow or Ushi, that's the kind of cow you want the milk from. Go for this one. It's available at a lot of places. Let's do a little shout out for our dairy-free friends. If you're looking for a dairy-free cream cheese, I got 2 or 3 that are fantastic. This is Miyoko's. Miyoko's does everything fantastic when it comes to dairy-free. Look at this cream cheese. Creamy cashews, creamy coconut cream, that's it. There's no filler in here. This is fantastic. The price isn't bad either. I would smear that over your sprouted grain bagels or your sprouted grain English muffins. Kite Hill makes an almond-based cream cheese that I've tried many times because we're mostly dairy-free at home. Look at this. That is fantastic ingredients. A little bit of xanthan gum in there, but that's very, very common in most cream cheese. So I would get that. Even these guys make a pretty decent one that's clean. And if you're gonna go for dairy-based, just get organic. Same principle as other dairy and the milk. You wanna get organic dairy cream cheese, and there's plenty good options now, but there's even some better options for dairy-free fans out there. Don't go for something old school like this. A tofu-based one is not gonna be nearly as clean because number one, it's not non-GMO tofu or soy, and there's soybean oil, palm fruit oil, very, very, very lackluster ingredients compared to the other ones we talked about. So very exciting time to be dairy-free. We interrupt this breakfast video with a new item I just saw on the shelf walking down here. Are you kidding me? These guys who make the popcorn that I really like, that's made with Himalayan pink salt, have these new keto paleo cookies. I've never seen this on the store shelf before. Look at this. These ingredients are insane in the membrane. Almond butter, non-GMO eggs, paleo chocolate chips with no refined sugar, coconut oil, real vanilla extract. Does anyone see anything bad there? Oh my God, they're made with ghee? OMG, that's what I was gonna say. Oh my God, 6 net carbs for 3 cookies? Dang, that is crazy. I'm gonna buy these and see how they stack up to my favorite ones here, which are not keto, but these are delicious. But dang, the cookie game is being changed. Back in the day when I was a tot, we were talking Entenmann's, Snackwells. Remember Snackwells in the 80s when they're like, hey, fat is bad for you, eat Snackwells, which had saturated fat and tons of nasty sugar. They were so good, but so bad for you. Whoa, Oh, that's crazy. All right, family, that is it for the breakfast review. I'm gonna do an updated video about coffee and coffee creamers coming out early next week. There's some really good new ones on the market, especially from Laird Superfood. They have a pumpkin spice creamer that is next level. But there's so many breakfast options here at the grocery store. I can make a part 2 about this video that talks about eggs and bacon and more stuff. But I want you guys to put in the best stuff in your body and your family's body. That's the bottom line. And when you learn to shop better and read the ingredients, you're gonna make the best choices. So that's it. Like, subscribe, share. The only way we keep growing, the only way we keep helping people put the best stuff in their body is by you spreading that love. I got 2 more videos below me right now, but I will see you soon. Art, Desi, Rose will see you soon. Until then, hashtag keep on cooking, mad love, and peace. Later, y'all.